by the scar of age.
Huracan's slow.
The Huracan's not that slow.
We dynoed it. I think it made like less than 400 wheel.
Bullshit.
Like yeah, Matt, we got it on dyno. We made close to 500 wheel after everything, which no one can do.
I didn't know that they were making that little of the wheels.
Yeah, like 380.
That's bad.
Slow.
Yeah, I don't think so. And if that is true, this is the fastest 380 wheel I've ever felt in my entire life. But for science, we're gonna go over to Huracan Motorsports, throw this car on the dyno, and see if it is really slow. So what's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Behind me is my 2015 Lamborghini Huracan 610-4. 610-4 meaning that it makes 610 horsepower and is all-wheel drive. Now my car is tuned by VF Engineering and makes 30 horsepower more than stock. So now it makes 640 horsepower, which is what we're gonna take into account today. But let's find out if this car makes less than 400 wheel if it was stock. We'll do some calculations, don't worry. We'll keep it scientific. And who knows, maybe we'll be the fastest NA Huracan after this video. That's a joke, that's a joke. There are faster Huracans out there. Oh yeah, it also snowed pretty good last night, so we're gonna have some fun on the way to Huracan. It's gonna be a good day. So for the first time in a long time, I'm actually going to be early to our dyno appointment. So we're gonna take the long way to Huracan so we can have some fun in the snow. Thank you for plowing the road. I'm like getting surprised looks and like disappointed looks at the same time. There's plenty of snow in this lot. Oh, I gotta set you guys outside. We live. Yeah, that is way too much fun. Now let's get the snow off the car and put this car on the dyno. Now this is the long way, which also means it's probably the way that hasn't been maintained the best since last night's weather. So we gotta be somewhat careful because I would hate to have me and a $200,000 car go over that cliff. Yeah, I swear, if this car makes 380 wheel, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like question everything in life. So we got Huracan Motorsports over there, and then over here is where the supercar magic happens. And as you can see, there's Kyle. And those are R888s.
At least we have a good donut spot.
Yeah, it's spun pretty good for R888s.
I know, right? I know, I'm like testing the brakes out here right now. I'm like, yeah, it's not too bad. Not too shabby.
That car is nuts. Fun fact, my very first YouTube video, that car was in it. It's not bad. I have more grip though, so I can't stay in one spot as good as he can. So here we have a 570 with upgraded turbos. This car makes over 720 wheel horsepower. For 570, that's pretty freaking good. I'm starting to like these cars more and more, especially with a 1016 kit on them. They look sick. And then we got an Urus. This one's also tuned, and I asked my wife if she'd like that instead of a Trackhawk, and she still would prefer the Trackhawk, which is good because the Trackhawk's cheaper. All right, well now the Huracan's going on the lift. The next step is to make it rear-wheel drive. So they're going to disconnect the driveline, take out a fuse for the front diff, and then the car will basically rear-wheel drive so we can see how that feels. And then we'll throw it on this thing and see how much power it makes. It's going to make slightly more than when it's all-wheel drive because there's less drivetrain loss, but we'll do some sort of calculations just to see what would make all-wheel drive, but we should be fine. And this is Kyle, the owner.
How's it going, guys?
So this dyno is probably like one of the most accurate, right?
Yes.
Because there's like no tire spin.
Slip. Yep. These are a lot safer to run, no tire slip. We ran into quite a few like clutch slipping issues on rollers before on like the higher horsepower like R8s. And
Okay. All right, well then it's gonna be the most accurate reading too, so whatever happens, it's gonna happen pretty soon. So what they're gonna do now is they're gonna disconnect this drive line from here and then pull a fuse and that's it, yeah?
You can actually, if you pull the left front wheel speed sensor,
Uh-huh.
it does the same exact thing as the fuse pull.
Really? That'll be rear-wheel drive.
Nope.
Officially rear-wheel drive. Where is it?
This guy right
So
here.
that's that wheel speed sensor and that's it?
Yeah, there's a tone ring on your wheel bearing here.
Yeah.
And then it measures the pulses for your speedo
Huh.
on all sides for the ABS and everything. It's disconnected, it'll disable the system so you can run rear-wheel drive.
It's gonna be sick. That's actually a lot of fun, but I'm still happy I didn't get a 580. So Remy pulled up and we are getting some predictions on how much power it's gonna make to the wheel. So keep in mind, there's gonna be less drivetrain loss because of the front wheels. So I predict 640 crank, so it should make 558 wheel. What's yours?
576 wheel.
A lot more. I actually hope you're right. So we have found ourselves in a different Lamborghini and we are driving away from Huracan Motorsport because we need some spacers. And I think I have a set of spacers that will work, but apparently since my car has carbon ceramic brakes, there's a little lip that is stopping the hub dyno from seating on it perfectly. So we need to get these spacers, see if they work. That way the hub dyno can go over that lip and have a perfect seal onto the hub. So we get to drive an Urus today. But what do you guys think of the Urus? It's actually very luxurious for a Lamborghini in my opinion. Like, you got this whole screen right here. There's a lot of space between you and the passenger. And look at how many modes. The Huracan has 3. This one has 1, 2, 3, 6 modes. That's crazy. But at the same time, if you're spending this much for an SUV, I feel like there's a lot of other ones in the price range Like, yeah, it's not gonna be as baller as a Urus, but for me, if I'm getting an SUV, I'm not trying to be crazy baller. But dang, this is nice. This is nice. Okay, I grabbed every single spacer I have that's 5x112, and I grabbed the only bolts I have that are the right thread pitch that match the car. So hopefully this works and we don't have to postpone this video until we get the right spacers. I really wonder what my neighbors think though. Like, I leave the house in a Huracan and I come home in an Urus. They probably are so confused. Well, I was gonna do one pull to go onto the freeway because apparently this car has upgraded turbos. However, there is a police officer that saw me and decided to follow me onto the freeway. So he's 2 cars back. Oh, he pulled off. The lag is crazy. There is a little bit of lag in that, but it gets down for an SUV. It does. I wonder how the Huracan would do against this. So I panicked and grabbed everything, but I think one of these things might work. All right, let's see.
Beauty.
We don't have to postpone this video until next time.
Slowest car either?
No, my slowest car is my M4.
How much power does your M4 make?
0.
Oh, it is blown up. I forgot about that. Yeah. Actually, though.
Actually, this is the second fastest. So the Corvette's the fastest. This is the second fastest. Then it's the M4. Then it's the Supra.
What does the M4 and Super make?
The M4 made 500 to 520, and the Supra makes like 460 to 470.
So they're all pretty slow.
Yeah, compared to yours when they run, yes.
Yours do run.
It's time. I'm very curious to see how this car will sound wide open throttle outside of it. What gear are you gonna do it in? Fourth? That sounds so good. 508. I was 50 horsepower off. 508. That's very consistent. That is very consistent. We were so off.
That's pretty wild.
We were so off. BMW lies, it says they make less horsepower than they do. Audi lies, it says they make more horsepower.
Way more than they do.
Than they do. Still was way more than 400. Okay, we're gonna do one more just to see how consistent this car really is. But yeah, I don't think we're making more than 510 today. Up. Wow. What?
You're down on compression. That's slow. What?
Hey, I still have the fastest Huracan on the internet now because it's over 500 wheel. Like that guy's tuner, right? Yeah. Okay, so if it was all-wheel drive, not the rear like we are right now, it'd probably make 498 wheel. And then if you subtract the VF tune, it makes probably 470 wheel stock. Probably.
Yeah, because that base R8.
480 wheel?
It was a base R8. We did a VF tune, then Quicksilver exhaust, and made like 480, which was completely underwhelming for like you would expect for the gains. But
wow. Hey, at least we're faster than a base R8 with a VF tune. So if you ever want to know how much horsepower a 610-4 Huracan can make, now you know. All right, well that was fun. Now we gotta put this car back to all-wheel drive. Even though rear-wheel drive is fun, I prefer all-wheel drive. Bye, Remy! All right, time to go back. Well, now that we are done with the hub dyno, if you ever want to use it, go ahead and hit up Huracan Motorsports and tell them that I sent you, and they might be able to work something out for you to be able to use it. I believe it's like $300 for $350, something like that.
For a couple poles and everything.
For a few poles. So if you want to get your car dialed or see how much power it makes, check them out. Or if you have a diesel or a V10, you want a twin turbo or supercharge or do some exhaust stuff to it,
We got you covered.
they're your guys. Well, Huracan just went over the whole car to make sure we didn't have any codes after plugging everything back in, and we're good. Now we gotta go back home because we're gonna trailer the M4 somewhere because we're gonna be getting that car fixed pretty soon. Well, not pretty soon, parts take forever to get here. But again, if you need anything from Huracan, check them out. Performance cars, especially diesel trucks, they got you covered. And if they want the twin turbo your car, just tell them what car it is, because if it's a V10, they'll definitely touch it. Just maybe not a Gallardo. You know, it might not be over 550 wheel, but the Huracan is definitely not slow. And that's a fact. Now Huracan had an idea. They think that we should bring the Corvette and the Supra over there and see how much power those make to the wheels. So if that's a video you want to see, just dyno all the cars aside from the M4 right now, let me know if we should do that, because I think that'd be kind of fun. All right, let's feel the all-wheel drive kick in again. This car is actually really good in the snow. Like, very good. And I'm very happy I went with the 610. Okay, now the next plan, we are going to wait for Johnny to get here. He should be here in about 30 minutes with a tilting trailer, and we are going to load the M4 up and take it to Silver Star Automotive. Now the original plan was to basically put the M4 into my garage and pull the motor and fix it here. Well, Silver Star Automotive, a local shop to me, offered to help me with this whole rebuild process, which is amazing. So if you want to, go ahead, check out Silver Star and give them some love, because they're gonna help us get this M4 on the road a lot faster, because they are actually BMW certified. And they will know a lot more than I will when it comes to what we're necessarily looking at and what we need to replace. So tonight we're gonna get it over there, and then tomorrow begins the process of getting this car fixed. Well, look at this. We got a trailer. Is that your truck, Johnny? Is this your truck?
No, yeah.
It's a nice truck. It would suck if someone stole it from you.
You don't know where I live.
I need to get myself a truck and trailer. Might need to take one of those cars off my vision board and add a truck and trailer instead. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the trailer inside here, because then it'd be way easier to maneuver the M4 because of all the ice and snow out there. Okay. You cleared that, so e-brake. I need to go get some food real quick. Shut the hell up. Yeah. Brakes off. Should I turn the wheel more, or are we good? E-brakes up. Off. E-brake. Well, after some ratcheting and e-braking and ratcheting and e-braking, the car is on the trailer. So we just gotta strap it down a little bit more and take it to Silver Star, and that'll be her home until she's running again. Okay, it is freezing. This is gonna be a good adventure, pulling the motor on the M4. Don't know how long it's gonna take though, which sucks, but it is what it is. I wasn't expecting the motor to go, but maybe it was a blessing in disguise. All right, well, the car is safely at Silver Star. We got Thomas right here. He's going to be the helping hand with us on this journey of getting the car back to a driving state. Him and I are very confused at what it could be. There could be so many different things, like we were talking about earlier, that little valvetronic actuator in the valve train obviously is bad, but there's metal in the oil, so there could be something very interesting we find when we pull this motor out and pull it apart. So Silver Star is gonna be here along this whole journey. Go ahead, give them a follow, check them out. We're gonna be with them a lot this next month or two. So yeah, but the M4, the whole process of getting the motor out, taking it apart, and being able to evaluate everything is gonna go by so much faster because I have BMW certified techs that are here to be able to narrow down stuff a whole lot quicker. So yeah, now I gotta go back home and brave the weather and get the Huracan in the garage. Well, we are back home and my 508 wheel horsepower Lamborghini Huracan is plastered with some snow. Not gonna lie, that drive here from Silver Star was not the most pleasant, but we did it and we are safe. Not a scratch, just some snow. And now we know how much power this car actually makes. Not under 400, which I am very happy about that, because if it did make under 400, that'd be pretty embarrassing. But what do you guys think? When should we twin turbo the Huracan? And what kit do we get? But with that being said, I think that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell. And hopefully the next video, the M4 will be getting torn apart. I'll see you guys next time. Drive safe.